Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video I will be reviewing there we go, the Steam Deck. I have the red back cover on this one. I really like it. I like it a lot. I turn it on here. Plays all the games that I want it to. There are a few that I'm not able to play, unfortunately. I'm going to my library. I currently own 363 games, some of which are free to play, but there are some that I purchased. I don't know how to. I don't have the monitor. Oh well. Still got a few more. Well, I have a huge wish list that I want to of games that I want to get. They are. How many games do I have on my wish list? Come on. 437. Most of which are games that I got rid of for my Switch, my physical games. I only have maybe 20 or 30 left, if that. But I had like 120 to 130 physical games for my Switch. Since I upgraded to 2 terabyte internal storage, it has been fantastic. Let's see, how much am I using? I know you can't see. Ooh, I want that. Battery percentage. Storage. Internal storage, I have 434.6 gigabytes free of 1.8 terabytes. And of my 1 terabyte internal, I have 157.6 gigabytes free of 937.5. So they are pretty full. Yeah, I will attempt to show. I did get Forza Horizon 5. It works quite well on the Steam Deck. I have not tried Red Dead Online yet. What Elder Scrolls Online. What else have I got? Oh, I've got Sea of Thieves. That works pretty well, actually. I played only the tutorial, and I just got to the first island or whatever. I've got Rise, Son of Rome, Fable Anniversary, One Piece World Seeker, Disneyland Adventures. That was an interesting game to play. It's definitely different. What else? I got Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, which is a fantastic game. It's kind of Souls-like by Capcom. You can climb onto bosses and big creatures and dragons and stuff. There's so many different classes that you can be in that game. I've got all 3 Disney Infinity games, Gold Editions, so it comes with all of the characters for each version. I have Warhammer 40k Eternal Crusade. There's a few games that I cannot repeat. I've got Dawn of War 2 and Chaos Rising. Asphalt 9, that's a free to play. I've got KOTOR 1 and 2, and also the free-to-play online game, Knights of the Old Republic. More games that I cannot repeat. Age of Mythology Extended Edition. I did try to play that game. It's very difficult with the Steam Deck. I need to use the mouse and keyboard for that one, which is still very possible with the Steam Deck. Yeah, I got quite a few games. Heavy Metal Babes, Monster Sanctuary, what else have we got here? That's about it. Some other games that I got recently are Kunai, Rad Rogers, Pillars of Eternity, Brutal Legend, Assassin's Creed Liberation. I've also got Star Wars Jedi Academy, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. I've got the Goosebumps game. I've got Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Overpass, Conan Exiles, which unfortunately doesn't quite work. I was having some troubles with that one, I think. I'm probably eventually going to go through my entire library at another time. But yeah, I have been quite enjoying it from time to time. But of my 363 games that I have, only 65 are actually good on the Steam Deck. It says great on deck. Oh yeah, I also got Call of Juarez, Gunslinger, Celeste, Chris Tales, Children of Morta. So I have some of the games back already that I sold. I've also got Hellblade. I got the Half-Life collection. I think I might have mentioned that in another video. South Park Stick of Truth. YouTuber's Life and Wreckfest. That is a very interesting game from what I've seen online. I've got Eternal Blade. So that's the first? No, it's the second one. Eternal Blade 2. I also got Alice. Can I see? Madness of something? I can't quite read the title. I also downloaded Bless Unleashed, but I think that the servers are completely gone for that game. I want to try it out on the Steam Deck to see if it will work. That's another Call of Juarez. Which one's that one? I can't read that one. I will show. I can't read it, but maybe my camera can pick it up. I don't have my glasses on, and also the cloth in front of my eyes makes it very difficult to see. Oh, this is another Call of Juarez games that I've got. Call of Juarez. Oh, it's the first one. It's the first Call of Juarez. I know this is mostly talking about my library, but it is somewhat relevant. Oh yeah, I got Dead or School. That was one I had for the the Nintendo Switch. Oh yeah, Doki Doki Literature Club. That's another one I had. I've had Fallout 4 for quite a while. What else? Oh yeah, G.I. Joe. Operation Blackout. That was one I also had for the Switch. Oh, I got Halo Wars. Was it wrong to pick up Girls in the Dungeons? That's another game that I had for the Switch. Jurassic World I got. Langrisser 1 and 2. Is that just a demo? Oh, it's just a demo. I need to get the full game. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Lego Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Lost in Random. I got Lost Ark 2. Don't know how well that works on the Steam Deck yet. Is there anything else that I had here that was on the Switch? Oh, Super Lucky Tales. Right. I did not have that for the Switch, but that was a game that I wanted. Ni no Kuni 1 and 2. Oninaki, I think that's just a demo that I downloaded of that to try it out, because that's another one I had. That's another demo for Perky Little Things, which I still have my physical copy of. But the art book that I have that came with it, because I got the collector's edition, has some lewd pictures in it. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That was one that I used to have for the Switch, but then I sold it for several months ago. Smoke and Sacrifice. That was one I had. Okay, I got Fractured But Whole and The Stick of Truth. Star Renegades. That was another one that I had for the Switch. It was quite nice being able to get back some of my games that I had sold. I got Trials of Mana. That was another one I had. Breakfast again. YouTube Live OMG again. Yeah, I got back some of my games already, which I'm happy about. There are more that I have to get back later. They are on my wish list. The only games I have for the Switch at this point physically are Pokemon, Mario, maybe other games that are not supported on the Steam Deck but are on Steam. I can't think of any titles offhand, but which one was it that I was trying? That's it. Oh, I tried Dead or Alive 6. I downloaded the free demo, and it works just fine, even though it says it's unsupported, which is very surprising. But it does happen that it is sometimes listed as unsupported, even though it works just fine. I've got a few. See, is it here? No. I downloaded a few startup videos. Here's ones that I got. If I'll turn up the volume. There we go. And this one.
Target acquired.
Oh, that's the one I showed before. Hang on here. Why is it not showing up? Hang on, I'm having some difficulty with this. I have a few other. I purchased a few other ones. Huh. Okay. I'm going to restart it. We'll see which one plays. This backplate has been very good to me. I did kind of screw up a little bit. The position of some of the back buttons are not correct, so the buttons don't work. But I don't use them, so that's fine. This heat sink on the back is a very good thing because the extra heat dissipates a lot better from the 2 terabyte SSD. As far as I know,
Target acquired.
as far as I know, the 2 terabyte SSD generates a little bit more heat. There's a whole bunch of updates. Okay, now let's see here. There we go. I've got this one. And this one. Make sure I hit the right button.
Steam Deck.
This one. That was Dapper's Prince Doc. This one is Robots. But I'm sure you can see the titles there. turn. That was a very short one. I can turn down the volume. Yeah. I think there's only been maybe 3 or 4 of my games that I wanted to play that don't really work on the Steam Deck at this point in time yet. And this is towards the end of April 2023. So, yeah, I'm sure they will make more games compatible in the coming months and maybe the next few years as well. So some games that don't work now will possibly eventually work. If they don't, that's fine. I still got my PC to build whenever the hell I get around to that. It's a great handheld. I do like the back covers that I got for it. I wish there was a front cover that I could do, but I would have to take pretty much everything out of the Steam Deck in order to do that. And I'm really not feeling up to doing something like that, tackling that. I still need to repair my PS4 Pro. I've got to replace the fan. I have one, but I have to take apart the whole thing just to get to the fan, which is so stupid. I'm probably going to look into maybe having somebody else do it for me. And I would need to get thermal paste for that. And the DeckMate is a fantastic system for the Steam Deck. I've got the back clip still on my Steam Deck from when I got it. I haven't used it very much, but works great. The fan, only on very demanding games does it kick in. Most of the time it's sitting pretty quietly. Even when I was just playing around with it just now, it didn't really kick in that much. It did a little bit when I started it up, but then it went quiet again. And the heatsink does get pretty hot, so I do have to be careful when I touch it. I won't burn myself, but it gets very warm. Maybe if I put my hand on it for too long, it would get burnt, but that's not too bad. It is very comfortable to use. The ergonomics are fantastic on it. It is definitely on the larger side, but that's fine. It's not overly heavy, which is fantastic. I do not know how much it weighs, and I do not know where my scale is, and I think this thing would be too heavy for my scale. But there are so many accessories for this thing. I have a dock. I haven't really used it yet. I do have a portable monitor. I've misplaced mine, my $187 battery bank, which I'm not very happy about. I don't know where I put it. I do have my other battery banks, but that one is better suited for the Steam Deck. I pulled it out at one point and then I do not know where I put it. I've got 2 Xbox controllers. I have not hooked them up to the Steam Deck just yet. I've got the red one and the blue one. a whole bunch of different cables and connectors. I got the JSOX 90-degree connector, which came with 2 of them, which is fantastic. But yeah, since I got the Steam Deck, I basically haven't touched my Switch. I just browsed the store to look at what games I were getting rid of. I did buy Lego Harry Potter. It was on sale, so I got that pretty cheap, and it was remastered on the Switch. The remaster is not on Steam, it's the original games, and you would have to buy them separately. And it was much cheaper for me to just buy the collection on the eShop. The screen is not too bad. It does the job. It's very similar to the screen on the PS Vita, which was one of my favorite handhelds. Actually, was my favorite handheld up until the Steam Deck. I do have a new 3DS XL and new 2DS XL. They're okay, but the Vita was ahead of its time. And I kind of wish that Sony would come out with a new handheld, a new dedicated handheld specifically, similar to the Vita, but it sounds like the possible handheld they're coming out with is more of a companion to the PS5, which I do not have, because they are stupid expensive. They are about, with the Horizon Forbidden West combo packing game, it is over $800 Canadian with tax. And I'm not spending that kind of money. And I want the disc version because I have physical PS4 games. And honestly, the only thing I would do with the PS5 is to play my PS4 games, because I have a large library there. My Steam library and my PlayStation library are my 2 largest collections of games. Between the two, I have between 800 and 900 games. Which is quite a lot. And then I still have some digital games on the Switch. I think I have 20 or 30 maybe, or less. I don't quite know. And I still have my physical collection, kind of a little bit. It's in a small bin. I think it's in a 15-liter bin or something like that I've got all my physical games in. Yeah, I think if I want third-party games, I will be getting them on the Steam Deck instead. It's a much better handheld compared to the Switch. The Switch is so sluggish, so slow. My OLED did seem a bit faster at first, but now it has slowed down. Pretty much to be the same as the Switch Lite, which sucks. Such a slow processor, APU or whatever it's got in there, that the Integra X1 chip. It's way too slow. They need to upgrade their handheld. And it's possible that the next Nintendo console will not be backwards compatible with the Switch, which I think is so stupid. But we will have to wait and see on that one. Yeah, if I were to give the Steam Deck a rating, I'd probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. There are more powerful handhelds out there with better screens and stuff. The battery life is the battery life. It depends on what games you're playing and what whether they're demanding or if you're playing like Vampire Survivor or Cyberpunk, it makes a huge difference on that. And also your settings, you can adjust things. Whereas with the Switch, the games are the games. You have no settings options whatsoever with the Switch. But yeah, you can tweak things a lot more on the Steam Deck, which also makes things a lot better. You can adjust the wattage, the everything. You can modify your frame rate. You can lock it to like 40 FPS. I think is the minimum it will do. Unless the game is poorly optimized, then it might be less. But for the actual settings, you can set it down to 40, all the way up to 60. And I've even had some games run at ultra settings, which is very surprising, at 60 frames per second. They were that demanding, but they were pretty good. They were like 3D adventure game. It was a 3D adventure game or something like that, with combat and everything. I think it might have been Dragon's Dogma. No, it was something similar to Dragon's Dogma, but it had higher fidelity. What else do I want to say? It was probably one of the best purchases I have made. Even better than my PS4 Pro, which cost me like $650 Canadian to get that used. The Spider-Man version. The main reason why I wanted that one was because it's red, and red is my favorite color. Hence why I got the red back cover. I did buy some filament, two-tone red and black filament that I was going to 3D print a back cover and a front cover for the Steam Deck. But I have decided that I'm not going to do that after all. I'll probably use that filament for something else. I was going to unbox it and have a discussion about it, but whatever. This video will be good enough. Yeah. What else? I'm keeping my physical collection for Mind Vita. I do not know how they made the flash memory on the cartridges, but that collection I keep for a very long time until the cartridges are dead. I do not intend on getting rid of those because buying the digital games is such a pain in the ass on the PlayStation Store, because you can't just charge it to PayPal or your credit card right now anymore, since they almost shut down the store. I think you need to buy the points cards or the money or to add to wallet or whatever. You need to use the wallet money. Yeah. I think this will be a long enough video. I am very happy with my Steam Deck. It is great. It is fantastic. I highly recommend getting one. Maybe if you have a tech-savvy friend or somebody who knows how to work with hardware, if you do not, to upgrade to a 2 terabyte SSD, it is a world of difference. I would suggest getting the cheapest model and then upgrading the internal SSD. It is very easy. You do need a flash drive to reformat the Steam Deck, to re-image it. And you also need to make sure that it will connect to a USB-C. I have a dongle that goes from USB-A to USB-C for my USB-A flash drive. At first I was not quite successful in reformatting and re-imaging it. It took me a couple tries, but I was able to figure it out. Yeah, it was definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. I can fit so many games. I think I have 183 games on my Steam Deck installed out of my 300 and whatever I said. Yeah, I can fit a lot. Having 3 terabytes of storage makes a huge difference, and I haven't used it all. But I am noticing that there are a lot of big updates for games too, so you want to have that bit of headroom for game updates. And I know other people might not recommend it, but I would recommend getting the 1 terabyte TF card to put in the Steam Deck. Or you can also get the 512 and maybe get multiples of them, but you've got to also have some way of keeping track of what games you have installed if you have multiple cards. I just have the 1 for the Steam Deck. So I just keep on I plan on just keeping with that one. I don't plan on swapping out a whole bunch of them or something like that. At least not at this point. But yeah, they are expensive, the 1 terabyte. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my rambling. I hope it was somewhat informative. And have a good one.